OFPG Voices is brought to you by the following sponsors. Board&Dice. Board&Dice designs and publishes family and strategy board games. Two of their most recent releases, Origins First Builders and Mandala Stones. They recently announced their Ally program, primarily aimed at welcoming and supporting people of color and the LGBTQ+ community in the hobby. Renegade Game Studios, publisher of The Fox in the Forest, Arboretum, and The Search for Planet X. To view their entire catalog, visit renegadegamestudios.com. Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Our Fan-Based Games Voices. Yeah. yeah.
And we are back.
We're back for another one.
Episode.
Another one.
Another one.
Then we're going to do another one. Yeah.
Are you DJ Khaled?
I'm
now?
DJ Khaled.
Another
Another one.
one. All right.
Yes.
And this week, we kind of mixed up the lineup.
Yes, we did. We did.
So if you've gotten used to seeing a particular group on a particular episode,
we're going to surprise you.
We're surprising you this week.
Yeah, we're going to start throwing some stuff your way.
We're going to mix it all up for you.
And then add it, someone that you saw before, but still kind of new to it.
Yeah. So we got some changes going on.
Yeah.
So you got to keep up. Keep up.
Yep.
Now this week, we're going to have Jazz from the Lobby of Hobbies.
Yes.
And he's going to be talking games. Now, Jazz went to Gen Con.
He was at Gen Con.
And he did a little, tour of Gen Con for you.
Yeah.
And he's going to talk about his top 5 hot games from Gen Con.
Our roving reporter at Gen Con. Yeah, so, love it.
Was this the Gen Con episode?
Because some people,
everybody didn't go to Gen Con.
Not everybody went.
That's right.
Just two people went.
Yeah, just two went.
Yeah, 2 went. Well, out of the contributors, a few went, but out of this one, just two.
Yeah. But next up after Jazz, we're gonna have Amanda Panda.
The Panda Boogie, baby.
Who
the Panda
also
Boogie.
went to Gen Con.
She was there.
Yes, and she's gonna talk to Danny from Roll20 and Free RPG Day. And they're going to talk about the top 2 reasons why you want to go to a board game con.
Now, Danny, he's been around in the tabletop space for a while, and he's an activist, and he really does some good things, to try to promote diversity and inclusion.
Well, I can't wait to hear what they say, and I can't wait to share that with you guys.
Yes.
And after that, we're going to be schooled by Gru.
Oh, wait.
With Dr. Tanya Pobuda.
Schoolers.
And she's going to be talking about back to school.
Yes.
Because this is the month that people go back to school, whether it's kids or adults going to college.
Grant going to college.
Yes, he is going to college. So he's going back to school.
Yep.
And she's going to kind of compare how that experience relates to gaming.
Yes.
So can't wait to check that out.
Can't wait to check that out.
And last, but of course not least, we have Alexis from Alone Not Lonely with her solo gaming.
Coming back, baby. Yeah.
Yes, and she's going to discuss reasons why people choose solo gaming.
Yes.
So I know you guys, we're going to have a great show. So I want you guys to buckle up, stay tuned, check it out.
But first, as you know, family, we got to hear from Starla and how we can be good humans. Here we go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another segment of Good Humans. This week, I want to talk a little about perfection and the fact that it's unrealistic. As good humans, we must accept the fact that no one is perfect. Therefore, we must learn to take the good with the bad and accept people for who they are when it comes to ourselves and others. No matter how much we strive for perfection, at times we're going to fall short. But we have to pick ourselves up, shake it off, and strive to do and be better next time. If you have a friend or someone you know who is not exhibiting good human behavior, don't be afraid to let them know. Because as a friend, it's your duty to help them be better. And in that same vein, if you're not exhibiting good behavior and your friend points that out, be willing to accept constructive criticism and learn to self-correct. Having a bad day is not a defining moment. And maybe it's a teachable moment for you and or your friend. Learning from your mistakes is what we do as humans. Nobody is perfect. And each day we have to commit ourselves to just doing and being a better person than we were the day before. Because the world needs more good humans. And as we always say here at OFPG Voices, our goal is to make this world a better place, one board gamer at a time.
What's going on, everyone? This is your boy Jazz at the Lobby of Hobbies, and I am here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I am back at my hotel for Gen Con 2022. But I had the opportunity to go onto the floor of Gen Con as the exhibitors were, setting up their booths. I will be helping out with the crew over at Steep Games, Dan and Connie Kazmaier, who are the designers of Chai and Chai Tea for Two. So I'll be helping out there this weekend during the days, but I'm also here to give you guys a scoop on the games that I am looking forward to at Gen Con 2022. But also I think these are the games that you need to keep your eye out. Once they become readily available, put that order out with your local gaming store, online, wherever it is you pick up your games. This is my Hot 5 of Gen Con 2022. So let's get to that floor and see the games that I was able to go scout out before the hall opens up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Now, when you are seeing this, yes, Gen Con will have already happened, but hopefully some of these games are going to be available for you to pick up right now. So let's check this one out. On the floor of Gen Con 2022, but when you're seeing this, Gen Con will have already happened, but this video is pre. I'm going to give you my list of my 5 games that I'm going to be picking up at Gen Con. So I'll have these games by the time you are watching this video. So if you're ready for this, let's get into it. All right, so the first game on my list is right behind me. This is at the Bezier Games booth. This one is Cat in the Box. This is a trick-taking game all about not having a set colors or having a set suit, but you're going to be adjusting the suit as the game goes on. All the cards are going to be just a muted black color with I think some white lettering. I hear this one is having a huge buzz. So this one is my first one on my list to definitely pick up. This is Cat in the Box from Bezier Games. All right, the next one on my list is not the actual game, but the new map packs that are going to be available here at Gen Con in a limited quantity. So hopefully I get here fast enough to get one. This is the map packs for Arc Nova. So definitely be on the lookout for when these are widely available after Gen Con. All right, the next game on my list is from WizKids, and as you know, I'm a huge fan of Fantasy Realms, and this one is with the Marvel skin on it. This one is Marvel Remix. This is a Fantasy Realm based game, but again, it's the Marvel universe, so I'm excited to see what this one is all about, but I definitely will be picking this one up at the con. The next one on my list from 25th Century Games, this is Oh My Brain. This is a Bruno Cathala card shedding style game. When I say card shedding, this is definitely one I had to check out. All right, but 25th Century's been putting out some hot stuff lately. Definitely, when you get a chance, check out what they have in their lineup. But yeah, this one's definitely coming home with me. All right, so the last one on my list should be no surprise. This is a Spiel nominee. This is from Oink Games, of course. This one is Scout. So So there you have it, my Hot 5 of Gen Con 2022. These are the games I definitely am most excited to pick up. I know they are not your big box games. I am highly anticipating some of those, and I have that list here. I'll throw it out for you, like Terracotta Army from Board&Dice, from Ivy Studios, Mythic Mischief, the Great Western Trail Argentina, along with the Rails to the North expansion. For the second edition, I am highly anticipating those as well. Acropolis from Hatchet, Sky Mines from Pegasus Spiel. These are some games I'm really looking forward to add to my collection, but honestly, I'm not so worried about picking them up now. I can always pick them up later, and also space is a premium. There are 6 of us traveling 10.5 hours back home in 2 vehicles, so it's going to be tough fitting all the games that we want. But these small box games are definitely the ones that I know I can take home, but they're also the 5 that I am most excited about. And there's some of them are going to be the hardest to find, especially Scout. So if you were here, hopefully you picked that up, or if you can pick it up, if you get your hands on it, definitely check that one out. But there you have it, my Hot 5 Gen Con 2022. I'll see you on the next one.
Welcome everybody to Panda Talks, and today I am talking to Danny
Hey.
from Roll20.
How's it going?
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
We are at Good Games in Indianapolis because we're here for Gen Con, and today's topic is our top 2 reasons why we like to go to board game conventions.
Only 2?
Only 5 minutes.
Okay, 5. My first favorite thing, second. I don't know. One of the coolest things I think is just being able to find games that might not be on the hotness list, and you're just roaming around, and you can just find like smaller publishers or even the artist alley, just kind of stumbling upon things. I think that's one of the coolest parts.
Yeah, the hidden gems.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, I've never heard of this
Yeah.
publisher or something, and then you're like, what? Your games are so cool, and
Yeah.
then you want to buy it on the spot, but then they have to Kickstart it, and then you're like, oh, I have to wait 2 hours. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. I love like how board game conventions are so diversified now. Like Gen Con has authors and RPGs and board games. There's even a monster truck here, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool how the diversity is.
Yeah.
What's your number 1?
My number 1 thing is probably looking at all the panels that they have available. So it has everything from content creation to how to get into it professionally, to designer panels, authors like you were saying. So it's a little bit of everybody, whether you're coming in from different parts of the industry or even just as an enthusiast. I think that's really cool too. It's just like right there in front of us, and you can just sign up for an event.
Agreed. I think my number 1 should be people. Like seeing
Yes.
all of my friends that I've met through content creation or through, board gaming, checking out all the publishers and meeting the owners or, the people you might, be competing with and stuff like that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, we built this kind of online community because there's only 2 or 3 big conventions each year. So it's kind of like a big family reunion when you join these big conventions.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally a family reunion. We're like, we haven't seen you since the last convention.
Yeah. And it's always tough because you always want to play games with everybody, but sometimes it's just a fist bump or a wave across the way. But it's still really cool to see people that you've been interacting with for a long time.
Yeah, and throughout the pandemic, it's like definitely one of those where I only get to see you now. So yeah, it's been great. So Danny, why don't you let everyone know how they can find you online and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Danny. You can find me all over the internet at BrØØTaL DaN. I'm the community manager for Roll20. I'm also the community director for Free RPG Day. So I'm a board game enthusiast. I'm an actual player, a role player, a creative writer. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter and TikTok. I'm a little chaotic and just love sharing the love of games with people.
Absolutely. And if you were at Gen Con, you saw him in the BIPOC lounge with Rose Gauntlet, which is awesome. Yeah. So thank you everyone for watching, and see you on the next episode.
Bye.
August is back to school month. This is Schooled by GRØØ by Dr. Tanya Pobuda. One of the reasons I focused my PhD research efforts on board games is I believe the stakes are very high. People with gaming literacies do better in the work world and in school. There's a spate of research that I've encountered that talk about the outcomes for corporate training for school activities often are correlated to those who have previous extensive experience with games. That's because training and learning materials are now using gamified elements. So literacies in gaming become a very important life skill, but not everyone gets to enjoy gaming and gaming experiences. Stereotype threat can prevent people from wanting to do new things, trying and learning new things, because there are many, many negative stereotypes about underrepresented groups, and members of those underrepresented groups may not want to try something new so that they don't prove to everyone that they can't get it, they don't understand it. The ramp to learn something new is always a steep one. It always is for everyone. But when you're a member of an underrepresented group, that feeling can be overwhelming. that you don't want to demonstrate that you're not good at a particular hobby type or skill because you're a member of that underrepresented group. That dynamic can freeze people. I had 320 very enthusiastic board game fans fill out an online survey, and I got almost half of them agreeing with this statement. Before the global pandemic, I sometimes felt out of place when I attended board game events outside of my home. This is a really important dynamic. Imagine you're about to go into a new space, potentially to learn something new, and you're afraid you're going to mess up. Is that environment welcoming? Is it inclusive? Are there issues in that environment that might prevent people from feeling comfortable? That's a massive dynamic in board games because it is a steep learning curve. I had a lot of participants write in long stories about their own experiences in board gaming and specifically around the issue of teaching board gaming. This particular perspective was shared with me that one of my first gaming experiences, this is the quote, was with my husband and another couple. The other couple did a poor job of explaining the game, ganged up on me, and then ridiculed me for making poor decisions. I still can't play Catan without feeling ashamed. Luckily, husband didn't give up and slowly introduced me to other board games that I love. But it's this experience that won't allow me to attend events unless I know the organizer and I'm reassured that people with good teaching skills are available. Some respondents share the awkward, slow ramp of being included in board gaming events, particularly as a newbie. This quote says, "Being included in a game you want to learn when you know they don't want you there can hurt just as much as not being included." They planned a 3-player game, not a 4-player teaching game. However, it was my first time attending. The organizer insisted I join them, and I did want to play, but I also wanted to be wanted. Let's think about board gaming as a return to school. It involves a lot of teaching and learning. It involves being inclusive and welcoming. Those back to school dreams that we're probably all having right now don't have to be nightmares. Let's welcome everyone in. Let's use our best teaching skills and our welcoming approaches to make sure that people wandering into that classroom, that board gaming space for the first time, feel like they belong. Thanks so much for listening.
Hey guys, your solo gaming pal Lexy here. Today I'm talking about some of the reasons why people solo game. Before I start, I do want to preface this with sharing with you, you do not have to have a reason why you love to do what you do. Sometimes it's nice to just do what you want because it's fun and it makes you feel happy. So don't feel like you need a reason to solo game, just do it if you feel like it. The first reason that I wanted to cover today would be timing. Timing and organizing meetups, get-togethers for board gaming is incredibly difficult and for some people just impossible due to work schedules, home life, things like that. It can be incredibly challenging to get a group of people together at the same place, at the same time, for the same amount of time, and then you still have to decide what you guys are going to be playing. That is incredibly difficult, and like I said, for some it is impossible. It just does not fit their lifestyle, and without solo gaming, they wouldn't be able to participate in the hobby as much or at all, and that's lame. The second most common reason for solo gaming that I hear is being able to play the games that you want. Meaning that I'm not going to be able to go to work, round up a group of people, and get in a casual game of Ark Nova. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to get my parents who love games like Splendor or Push to play a game of Scythe with me. Again, not gonna happen. It's just not their style of game. They just prefer the lighter stuff, and they're primarily who I play with. So that means that I would be just stuck playing light games all the time. And while I love light games, I also love heavy games, and I want to have variety in my life. So solo gaming is just another opportunity to be able to play what you want, how you want, when you want, and I love that. The third and final reason that I wanted to share with you guys today why some of us choose to solo game is a reason that's incredibly near and dear to my heart, super important, something I wish we talked about more in general. And that is that the solo gaming community is made up of a lot of people who are chronically ill, disabled, or suffering from some kind of ailment involving chronic pain that prevents us from engaging in the hobby in the traditional sense. And that's what I love about solo gaming. I do about 90% of my solo gaming, and I wouldn't be able to game nearly as much without it. And the reason being is that when you're in chronic pain, sometimes just making it through the day, just having a day is exhausting. And then when you try to throw in socializing, organizing, planning a game meetup, what are you gonna play? Then you gotta get dressed, and you have to potentially drive there if you're not hosting at your house. And then, you have these questions wondering, are you gonna be able to make it through the entire session? It can be incredibly daunting and sometimes just not realistic. It's not achievable for a lot of us. And that's where solo gaming really shines, I feel. When I'm not feeling well, I can stop a game whenever I feel like I have the need, and I can go take a nap. The game's not going anywhere. The game will be there when I come back, and I'm still able to engage with other people online. I'm still able to talk about things that I'm excited for to come out in the board game community. It's just exciting and fun to be able to connect with other gamers. Even though you're not necessarily playing with them, you still feel very much included, very much a part of the hobby. And it has just improved my quality of life. And when I talk to other disabled folks, it's just done wonders for our mental health. It's been a great thing for us, and to me that's just incredibly positive and just really attests to the power of community. And it's something, like I said, I wish we talked about it a lot more because it's completely changed my life for the better. And I love hearing what it does for everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day, guys.
All right, what an awesome episode.
Yes.
I hope you guys enjoyed the new lineup.
Yes.
And every time we have these new episodes come out, I learn something. Hopefully you guys are learning something. But what I really love is this: we have these new voices, these voices that say something from a whole new perspective, and they make me look at things from a different perspective.
Because Alexis, I agree with a lot what she says, because I really do love solo gaming.
Well, yeah, you love solo. I'm not a solo gamer.
Because I did Dead Reckoning. In Dead Reckoning, I did that solo just last night, and I love soloing because there's a lot of things you just don't feel like playing, or you want to play those games because that's not your style.
Not my style.
So I do it. Especially like dungeon crawlers, that is not your style.
And that's some of the things that Alexis kind of pointed out, that some people do solo gaming because it's hard to get a gaming group together, or again, they have people that don't want to play the type of games they want to play. They solo game.
So I don't mind. I'm glad she's on board. Tell us about those things.
Me too.
And school by group. The doctor.
Always an educational experience.
And it does, it sometimes, go back to school is kind of frightening for a lot of folks.
It can be.
And that could be the same thing for gaming, just trying to, deal with different folk and go into a weird situation if you don't do that all the time. So I definitely agree with what she says. Always do. She always brings the wisdoms to us.
She does.
And Amanda Panda, that's our interviewer. That is our interviewer.
Someone interesting to talk about.
And Danny was very interesting because I've seen all his actions and what he does, and he tries so hard to bring that diversity and inclusion in, and it was good to hear from him.
And we love that.
Yeah, it was good to hear from him.
Last but not least, what can we say about Jazz?
He said, Mick, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to go around Gen Con and do a segment on Gen Con. I said, you go ahead on.
You do whatever you want to do.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. We love that.
It was good. He brought that Gen Con flash. Since we couldn't be there, it's good to hear from.
And I still, if he picked up Scout, I'm gonna be mad because I've been trying to find Scout forever.
I know.
And that was his last pick, and I said, man, I need to get Scout.
I know.
I should have told him to get me one.
Yeah. I'm just happy that we had people who were able to go to Gen Con and report on it since we couldn't be there. So
we could. But we saw all the pictures and stuff, so it was fun to see.
Yes,
it was.
It was. And we want to say thank you to our contributors because every time you guys go out of your way to bring something interesting and fresh,
y'all bring the noise.
Appreciate that.
They bring the noise.
Yeah, and we gotta thank our contributors. Board&Dice, and Renegade
You mean our
games.
sponsors, baby?
Sponsors.
Yes.
I said contributors. Our sponsors,
Yes.
Board&Dice and Renegade Games.
But they do contribute to us, though.
Well, yes, they do.
In big ways.
They
big
help
ways.
us
And
keep
we
this
love
show
them for
going.
that. We
Yeah.
love them for that.
Yeah.
Now, Starla, we have some upcoming events.
Yes,
so
we
let
do.
us know. Let us know.
Well, we have a game night on August 20th.
Yes.
Right here in Omaha.
Right
so
here.
If you're in Omaha or somewhere in the area and you want to come play some games on August 20th from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., we, along with the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls,
Yes.
Jade,
Hey, Jade.
we will be at Site 1 Brewing, and we're going to have a fun game night. We're going to have the Board Game Wagon. They're going to
Yes.
come out and bring some games from their game library. We just want to play some games, have a good time, and we want you guys to come on out and play some games with us.
Yeah, come on. If you're close by and you're nearby, just come on. We're in the center of the world, so you just come on and just check us out because we're going to have some fun. Definitely going to have some fun.
August 20th. Don't forget
August
that date.
20th.
Yes.
And you'll be seen on our social media, you know, all around just to let you know what's going on.
Yes.
Definitely, definitely. And then the next episode is going to be August 24th.
Yes.
So look out for that.
August 24th.
August 24th.
Right before the August holiday of August 26th.
What is
There's a holiday. You know.
That's
August, yeah, so for those of you who don't know, August 26th is a holiday called Starla
It's
Day.
not a holiday. It's just your birthday. It is just your birthday.
It's
Why is it
not-
always your holiday?
It's a Starla Day. That's a holiday.
Family, every year, the week has to stop for her birthday.
So
For her
make
birthday.
sure-
It's a whole week. It's not a weekend. It's not a day. It's a whole week. It might stretch to 2 weeks in a minute.
So for our August 24th episode, we'll be preparing for Starla Day. Starla Day.
That's our J Cub. That's our J Cub. Starla Day, our J Cub.
Yeah, but anyway, we're just having fun. We're
Yes,
just joking.
yes.
But yeah, so that's it for this week.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. So, hey, Starla, what about our merch?
Well,
come
you
on.
know, we're sporting
What
our
about our merch?
OFPG
Yeah,
Voices
come on, you
shirts.
got sport too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a shirt for Voices
Yes.
or for Our Family Plays Games,
Yes.
check out our site on Spring.
Yes.
You can get a shirt, you can get a mug, you can get a tumbler. We got all kinds of things you can pick up. Support, you know, Voices and buy a
yes,
shirt.
yes.
We'd appreciate that.
Now, Starla, you also know that we are trying to march to 20,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel.
Yes.
So let me tell you this. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Where can they find OFPG and OFPG Voices so they can tell people, even people on the street, come on and be an OFPG family member?
Well,
What can they do?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games
Yes.
or OFPG Voices,
Yes.
you can find us on Facebook,
Yep.
Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter,
Yep.
and right here on YouTube.
Right here on YouTube, yes. So family, thank you so much for coming out and looking at these voices that we love, these lovely voices.
Yes.
And also keep coming with the comments, questions, because we just love talking to you. But there's one thing, family, there's one thing we always want you to know. We love you.
Bye
now.
everybody.